I think we need to turn the entire thing on you. You know, blue weave is
Why
not blue
were you
ivy.
hiding them tweets? You were not turning shit up
Do
on
you know
me.
that
Why were
blue
you
weave is
hiding them
not
I'm gonna
blue
mute
tweets?
up.
ivy?
Answer that.
We
Why were
everything
you
you said
hiding
about
them?
me, we should go to
Why
you.
were you hiding them tweets? Why were you hiding your tweets?
Hide what tweet?
Oh, now you don't know. Rocky, I sent to you.
Hey,
I
yo,
sent you
dog, I got a
there's
question for you right
it's
quick,
literally
Rory.
right
One
there. You
second,
were
let,
You
hiding
let,
know,
let
blue
Casey.
weave is not blue ivy.
Rory. Please either get off this spaces or like this shit is like at this point it's not
Yo,
Hold on,
like at
hold
this
on,
point
hold
this is
on.
nah,
insane.
Let
hold
you
Casey.
gonna
on.
turn the what
I got
okay,
Can
it.
I
Go
ask
okay.
my
back,
Can I
question?
ask
I
my
Casey.
wish you
question?
would.
Rory, would you tweet any of these tweets today?
Which ones?
Any of them?
I said
The ones
before.
that everybody's offended by.
Uh, one or two I've said I've joked about on the podcast already. I've definitely talked about the Beyonce thing on the podcast
See
before.
how he fucked it up.
But
Okay,
she's
what
asking you
about
today, Rory,
Yeah,
today, not
man.
would
7
you
years ago,
tweet any of this
today.
stuff
Rory.
today?
Rory, you gotta have better answers. Come on, bro.
Fake retweets in this, but I'm not about to just apologize for a tweet that I didn't actually do, as far as saying black women are roaches or I find black women unattractive. I'm not apologizing for that because I never said that at all. So that's
I
where I'm
got a
at
I
with it.
get that,
question
Rory,
for
but
you.
Like that,
there are
like
things
that.
that
Hold on.
That's like I'm not
okay, but
apologizing for shit
Rory,
I
Rory,
never said or
as your
did.
friend and your
Because to me, that's
co-host, as your
funny.
friend and your co-host, okay, we understand the things that you didn't say. If you're going to apologize, okay, if you're going to apologize for the shit that you did say. If you're not going to apologize, then don't apologize. But like they're walking around in
No,
circles and shit is
okay, all right. I've
Cause
made the
it's
hood
time to
rat.
catch
I've
this
made the
shit
hood
up.
rat Beyonce
Yo,
joke
I
on the
got
podcast. Canceled the podcast. Then I made
okay.
that.
Yes! Hell yeah! Hey, come on, baby! Come on! Ah!
You already know what it is. It's your boy Lightwalker X here, back with another video. And unfortunately, hip hop media continues to prove why they're going outside every day. Now, if you've had the unfortunate grace of listening to the Rory and Maul podcast, you've known over the last year and a half, they've lost all credibility to their name. The amount of standship and delusion that goes on over there, it's insane to even hear and listen to. And I honestly don't know how they even have a fan base of people that really want to tune into their opinion, because it's completely biased. It's straight delusion. And what makes it even worse is that all three of the people on that podcast are like supreme gaslighters. They like to pretend that they're not stans. They like to pretend that they're not involved in the discourse that's going on every day. And they also like to pretend that they don't help push those narratives. They're one of the main podcasts right now that continues to spew foolishness, and they get away with it because they're favoring a specific artist. And I never liked the fact that these hip hop pages and these hip hop media people that are supposed to be speaking on hip hop and doing good for the community, they gaslight us as if they're above everything that they're entertaining. Rory, to me, was always the one that was the biggest gaslighter, or the one that likes to play contrarian. I could never stand that about him. This is the reason why I never really watched a podcast like that. But like, he always struck me as someone that was just willfully ignorant. You know, when you meet a person that sounds like they know everything and they can never admit when they're wrong, they're gonna dodge it and talk around it in circles and try to flip it to make it look like they're above whatever they're involved in. He's one of those people, and I never could stand that. He's always talking about stans and people, fan bases, making your whole identity a stan, when you sit beside one of the biggest stans in the entire hip hop world, right? Somebody that has been caping for Drake shamelessly throughout all of 2024 and 2025. And it's just disgusting to see, because you don't call it out. In the beginning, I believe there was a little bit of pushback from him and Demaris, but now it's like they just entertain it. And then now we're seeing their own biases come out. And the reason why we're even here is because the ongoing narrative as of right now is that, you know, the Grammys is coming up. We know that the Clips and Kendrick Lamar's GNX, they're nominated for a plethora of awards, but mainly Album of the Year and Hip Hop Album of the Year. A lot of people do see that it's between those two albums for those awards, and especially the Hip Hop Awards, but mainly for the Hip Hop Awards, they do believe it will be between GNX and the Clips. Now, a lot of people in hip hop media have been echoing this idea that Kendrick is a Grammy darling, which I don't believe. We never called Jay-Z or Kanye West the Grammy darling, right? We never called Stevie Wonder a Grammy darling, because they deserve the awards that they were getting. They deserved the recognition because they put in the work. but we never discredited them. We never actively tried to discredit each of their awards as they were winning them along the way. Sure, there could have been haters, but I never saw no campaign against it, right? No one had a problem with them winning too much because overall it was a good reflection for the culture. But now that it's Kendrick Lamar, now a lot of these people are a little salty. They feel that Kendrick Lamar has won too much. According to Joe Budden podcast, they were echoing the Grammy darling sentiment just a week or two ago. And now we're here where they're saying pretty much, we don't want to see Kendrick win. He's been winning too much. Give it to the Clips. And I'm not mad if people want the Clips to genuinely win. What I'm mad about is the fact that they're trying to use the Clips in hopes that the Clips can beat Kendrick because they don't want Kendrick to win any more awards. They feel like he's won too much.
Kendrick got to move. Kendrick got to get to the back of the line and share the stage.
We're not
we
being
already
honest
gave you
about that album.
9 versions of every award.
That's why I don't think you're gonna get it. We're not being honest about Kendrick's album, man.
I ain't hear your statement.
He said Kendrick's a Grammy darling.
He is.
This last year that they gave Kendrick all them Grammys?
Yes. Last Grammys that just passed.
Yeah, I don't want to see that again.
Yeah. I don't agree with that. If Kendrick is putting out the greatest albums back to back to back and he's nominated for more awards every year, give him those awards. You don't give him less because he's won too much. When have we ever done that? When have we ever done that? When it comes to these white pop stars, they could win 5 Grammys in a night or whatever and come and do it again the next year and then do 2 more the year after, do another 6, right? And have the biggest album, and that's fine, right? And that's normal. That's what we expect. But when it's a black artist now, you're winning too much. If Kendrick Lamar wins Hip Hop Album of the Year, that would be amazing. If the Clips win Hip Hop Album of the Year, that would be amazing too. And as much as I would want GNX to take it, I wouldn't be too upset at that. Kendrick Lamar has the biggest chance to win Album of the Year. And it seems like they'd rather him not win just because they don't want him to win, not because they genuinely like the Clips. And Demaris from the Rory and Mal podcast was echoing this sentiment earlier, saying how, you know, she wants Clips to win over GNX. Now, some of the Kendrick fans were coming at her saying that's suspicious because you never really championed the Clips album. Same thing with Rory and Mal on the podcast. They never really fully went into the Clips album, discussed it or favored it, said it was a standout album like that because obviously, you know, Pusha T and Drake's history. So they still like the Clips. I didn't expect them to trash the album, but they never really echoed that they liked this album up until now. The Grammy discussion, it's back up. And now they're just trying to choose the Clips to win over Kendrick. The Kendrick fans got on Demaris saying, we know you don't like Kendrick. And Demaris tried to do the typical gaslighting thing that, you know, all these hip hop podcasts do. I'm not a stan. I'm not like you guys. Where can you find me proof that I said these things, that I don't like Kendrick or whatever? And the Kendrick fans wasted no time. They pulled the receipts on her real quick. And pretty much she said,
on every platform possible, I hate the way Kendrick Lamar raps. I hate the sound of his voice.
Same. I hate his voice.
I hate his voice. I will not listen to him again simply because I hate the sound of his voice.
That's what caused this whole entire thing to start, because now she was getting jumped left and right. What I don't like about, you know, any of these hip hop media pages, whether it's Rory and Mal or Joe Budden or any of these other platforms, they can never stand 10 toes on what their beliefs are. If you don't want Kendrick to win because you feel like he's winning too much, just say it. It's simple as that. Don't try to insinuate it through what you're saying and then gaslight and say, oh, no, I'm not a stan. If you guys have that mentality, you just don't want to see Kendrick win because for whatever reason, and we know what the reason most likely is, he's either won too much to you or because he beat Drake in a rap battle. That is pathetic. And that is stan mentality, no matter what. And I'm tired of these hip hop pages and hip hop media personalities thinking that they're above the stan wars because they're on a hip hop platform and they don't think they engage enough to be declared a stan. Well, guess what? Newsflash, every single one of you are. Rory himself has been in so many of these OVO, Club Paradise, Quarter Owls, Twitter spaces.
Michael Jackson tried to do this and they stopped him. Let's go for it, man. Like, what's so crazy with me, with the internet, for the last 7 years, y'all have been justifying snitching with real street. But when it comes to labels this week, snitching is against the rules now.
Oh, bro,
He's echoing these things. He's jumping in the spaces. And mind you, in these Twitter spaces with these Drake fans, he's usually getting disrespected himself, but he just holds it. But he's in there. He's well in there. So don't ever let them gaslight you to think that they're above it. We already know Maul's a stan. There's no way he could tell us he's not. But Rory tried to always position himself like he was above the noise, and he was never above the noise. You were just as much as involved as everyone else. So since they did pull that receipt on Demaris, Kendrick fans were whacking her. At the end of the day, you know, Demaris seems to be a J. Cole fan, and they did pull receipts on her from 2024, you know, loving off J. Cole. So Demaris could be a little salty due to how J. Cole copped a plea and apologized to Kendrick live in the Dreamville Fest 2024 in front of all his fans, by the way, don't forget that, and may be a little salty towards Kendrick, but it doesn't seem like she hates Kendrick. And honestly, even if you like Kendrick, you don't like him, I don't really care about that. Like, at the end of the day, that doesn't matter to me. You don't have to like him, his music, his voice, whatever it is. I just want you guys to have some integrity. Stand 10 toes. If you don't like him, say it, right? At least we know who likes this guy and who doesn't. We don't want to do this pandering. We don't want you to do the wave hopping where it's like, okay, Kendrick's relevant now, we're going to talk about him. Oh, it's cool to trash on him, or we'll trash on him, or we'll trash on another artist now because, oh, Doechie's an industry plant, so that's the next narrative. Like, you guys are shamelessly disgusting. Like, it really gets me upset. You know what I mean? And I'm glad that this happened because I can't stand these hip hop media pages, you know? And Rory decided to open his mouth coming in to try to defend Demaris, and they started pulling old tweets on Rory. And you know, if they're pulling 2010 to 2012, 13 tweets on your ass, it might be a wrap for you, because if you had Twitter back then, you knew how much of an insane place it was. You think Twitter is bad now? It was horrendous back in the day. And that's not an excuse to say whatever, right? But you'll often find that people are pulling tweets from this specific era because it was very raunchy. People didn't have any sense. People were just saying whatever. This was rage bait before rage bait. People were just doing the most with no sense in the world, or just letting their true sick fantasies out online because at the time they may have felt there wouldn't be a repercussion. Well, guess what? It's 2025 and they still moving on some scary shit. Because here we are, the repercussions have landed, and they pulled up some tweets of Rory saying some outlandish stuff, and here we go. This tweet was tweeted back on July 5th, 2014. The world is bigger than your TL. Black Twitter. Remember that. That's 2014, so that's just 11 years ago. Let's go on to this. And this was tweeted on June 19th, 2014. Somehow I don't see this going the way you want. It looks like it was a retweet. LOL, I'm gonna get a black girlfriend and call her the N-word while I'm hitting it. LMAO. You think this is funny, right? Well, guess what? I don't think you're doing too much laughing now. Another tweet, May 29th, 2014. Biebs is probably crushing so much black escort box right now. This is such a strange thing to be tweeting, even because I don't know how old Rory is, but I'm pretty sure he was still somewhat of a grown man at this point, right? This was only 11 years ago. So it's just like, what are we doing? Like, you had sense. It wasn't like you were 16 or something. Even then, why are you saying these things? But you can't even use the cop-out of, oh, I was too young, I was foolish. They also have him getting caught deleting these tweets in 4K as well. So it's not looking good. You know exactly what you're doing. Because you're deleting tweets, it's clear that you actually feel guilty and you have some type of shame because you know how bad this looks. Biebs F. Rihanna, you could see it in his face. That was tweeted back in 2012, December 4th. Why? Like, what's with this weird fantasizing of people smashing black women? Like, and it's just strange coming from you. You have some sick fantasies going on in your head, clearly. Here's another one tweeted on February 17th, 2012. Nah, it really is my fault. Retweet. Don't blame whites for every failed black person. He just sounds like those racist white people online that just be saying the same script, the same 5 scripts over and over again when it comes to racism and stuff like that. Oh, don't blame us for every issue with you guys. Is it Rory with a black woman? I want to know how she feels about these tweets. I would love to also know how Demaris feels about these things. You're sitting beside this guy. But you know what? Given how all three of them have been moving, I wouldn't even be surprised if, one, they just continue to double down on the foolishness going forward, or two, they just entertain this new energy they just introduced into the space, and they're just going to continue being foolish like this. They're not going to change anything. Don't expect the podcast to change in any format. Don't expect accountability from them, because I don't. I think they're just going to continue to do what is oddly working for them and just putting out nonsense. Here's another one. Back on January 9th, 2012. Like the hood rat named Beyonce. Retweet. Son, they are way worse baby names than Blue Ivy. LMAO. So this must have been after Blue Ivy was born, because I believe she was born 2012, around that time, right? So just a horrible thing to say. Like, who are you to even be saying these things? You know what I mean? Like, it's just pretty wild to me. Better hope the Beehive don't get their hands on this tweet. They will be coming for you. You think Kendrick fans are bad? Oh, you wait until the Beehive gets on your ass. Here's another one. I guess she's joking about Blue Ivy's name, continuing here on the same day. He says, if she never blew up and you met a chick in the club named Beyonce, bet money she'd have blue weaving. What are we doing, bro? What are we doing? And here's the one that did it for me. December 17th, 2014. Retweet. I've never saw a good looking black woman. Now, I don't know if he was always into black women. I don't know if he was dating a black woman at the time, but the black woman that is in his life now, the black people that is in his life now, Gotta really look at the things that this man was saying. This wasn't even done in the dark. This wasn't even discreet. This was in our faces, right? But at this time, people weren't paying attention to Rory. Someone that has weird black fantasies. And these are the twisted people that I do not like. I can't stand them at all. I pray that every black person that watches this podcast that has sense and that isn't a raccoon, stop supporting these people. Because his shamelessness, his history of saying all this foolishness, will be overlooked by his two black co-hosts. I bet you they will not take the right accountability going forward and will proceed as if everything is normal. I already see it happening, and I can't give these people the benefit of the doubt because of how they act. They haven't given me any indication over the last 2 years, especially, that they deserve the platform that they have. And that's the same thing I would say even with the Joe Budden podcast. It's a glorified gossip train. That's literally all it is. It's just a gossip train. People just spewing foolishness with no sense.
The Drake and Kendrick beef fractured hip hop.
Yes. Yeah. We need Drake. Drake, when Drake was around, like when he was at the #1 spot, hip hop was still exciting. When Drake, when Drake was doing his tour and lighting up the city and everything, it was lit. Yeah. Nobody can light up the city. I just said on other shit with Lord Sco, I said this shit is boring.
What?
Nobody's excited. Kendrick is a great rapper. He's dope, but he's not bringing the excitement to it. He's bringing the creativity to it. Drake was outside with the whores. He was all over the place. He's mixing and merging with everybody.
Let me show you
know what I'm saying?
Drake could affect culture just by his gambling slip.
Oh, brother,
I bet $2 million on the Chiefs.
The gambling shit is crazy to me.
Not only do I not care that he used bots, but I knew he did. Y'all didn't know that Kendrick used bots? Drake, I hate to refer to the tag you, but I was just talking. Hey, I was just talking shit, big dog. I'm just getting some engagement going.
Like, what are we doing? These are grown men. Right, I know everybody has a lot of stuff to say about Gen Z, but these are millennials, Gen Xers. Y'all going out just as sad. This is a collective effort because these are the people that we should be looking up to, the OGs, and they're going out horrible. Even Elliott Wilson, we need the hits. We need the hits.
I love the Clips album, Chance's album. All these albums are great albums. They lack singles, they lack hits.
We're going through a transitional period in hip hop. Stop talking about hits. You guys want things to return to your slop, but nobody wants to pay attention to the quality of music that we've been receiving. Nobody wants to admit that the numbers have been going down for years. The only reason why there's no hip hop songs in the Billboard right now is because they changed the rules. They changed the rules, that should show you how fickle these statistics and Billboard metrics are. But now that they changed it, everybody's saying hip hop is dead because there isn't nothing on Billboard. But let somebody go do a TikTok song and let it go #1 for 3 weeks and they're going to say hip hop's back. And it could be the most dumbest song ever where they're going to say that hip hop is back because it's back on the charts. That fact that some of you believe that some artists can bot and then some aren't is proof that the metrics and the charts are done for. They're stupid. The fact that you guys think that wanting white validation is only when you accept their awards and not when you praise the Billboard stats that are built around their institutions is sickness. Stop this mentality. Elliot, you are out here trying to champion for the real artists and the lyricists that are coming up, but then you say foolishness like this. All these guys gotta go, in my opinion. I don't care. I'm gonna be honest with you, because it's just so sad seeing these people get all these views, all this success for saying stupidness with no research, but then the people who are actually authentic, the people who are genuine, actually deserve a voice in the culture, they gotta struggle. These people don't even know what they got. They really don't, and they don't deserve what they have either. When Drake filed his lawsuit against UMG, Rory did a video which I'll never forget, where he came out with confidence, just like Joe Budden did, saying, I know for a fact Kendrick and Drake use bots.
I have no dog in this fight. I like Kendrick's music. I like Drake's music. I also think both of them have used bots via UMG, whether they knew it or not.
Where's your evidence of this? You guys have no evidence, and you have this mentality of just saying whatever comes to mind because you have some type of belief that it could be true. And then when the UMG lawsuit was dropped, Rory wanted to pretend I didn't even really read it. I didn't really fully understand it.
As someone that thought I understood it, now I actually don't. Because I know he was, from my understanding, initially suing for UMG promoting, pushing, and using bots about a song that was defaming him. Mm-hmm. Then the result was, all right, the case is dismissed because there's no defamation. I didn't even think he was suing for that. Mm-hmm. So now I'm just lost.
They play so stupid. I'm sorry. How many times you guys going to continue to do this foolishness? Every single time you get caught, every single time you get proven wrong, you guys can't take any sort of accountability. You guys can't actually rewrite your wrongs, go back on your word and admit that you're wrong. It's so difficult for them. Being pathetic is in their second nature. That's what it is for them. And it's just ridiculous because I can name so many people that deserve the platform that these people have, and they just take it for granted. And it's sad. While the people who are authentic have to struggle and grind their way, and these guys don't even deserve the support system that they have, because they're just so shameless. They have no honesty and integrity, and they can't stand on their word. Stand 10 toes on your foolishness. That's all it is. That's all we're saying. Stand 10 toes on your foolishness, but you won't do it. Why? Because you know it's foolishness. And that right there is more than enough proof to me why I should never tune into this podcast. And I'm glad I never did. So if you do, good luck to you listening to that, because I don't know how you guys can. I could never listen to these people. They just say the most foolishness. It has nothing to do with Kendrick. It has nothing to do with the beef. It's just that integrity in hip hop media is something that I look for. I look for integrity in a lot of things that I consume as much as I can, because, you know, nowadays it's crazy. But when you're lying shamelessly, spreading narratives shamelessly, doing all these things, going out your way, making things hell, not adding positivity to the discourse, and just overall putting out a negative energy and lying your way through whatever narrative you can, it's just disgusting. It's shameless. And I just pray that hip hop media is a part of the party that needs to die, because these podcasts gotta go. They all gotta go. You guys can go back to the music industry and doing the stuff that you did. I prefer when you guys had no voice. I like the people who keep it real, right? And if we can continue to platform these people, maybe hip hop media long term will have a chance. So you guys let me know what you think about this craziness. Hip hop media is in the gutter. It really does suck, and it needs to be reborn, just like hip hop and the many other art forms that are going through similar issues right now as well. It's just insane, and it's crazy to see. You guys let me know what you think down below. I'm over this. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more. And I hope you guys all have a wonderful day, except for the Rory and Mal podcast hosts. And don't forget to stay blessed and stay tuned.